Hello everyone. For today's mobility, we are going to start in downward facing dog, our only upward class of the week. So we are going to step right on into it. So hands are at the top of our mat. My feet are at the back of my mat, maybe a slight bend in the knees here. Thinking about the heels drawing down towards the floor, even if the knees are bent. Pushing our chest down in between our shoulder blades, pushing the floor away. Feeling our shoulder blades wrap around our rib cage, taking a nice deep breath in and exhale. Deep inhale and exhale. Last breath, deep inhale and exhale. From here, we're going to slowly step our right foot forward. We're going to gently bend the back knee just slightly, and we're slowly going to rise up to a crescent lunge. Now here, even with the back knee bent, I want you to think about pushing through that back heel, rising up tall. Goal here is to feel the stretch in our hip flexor on the side, gentle engagement of that left glute, reaching our fingertips up towards the ceiling, pushing our right foot into the floor. Taking a deep breath. Finding our balance. One more nice deep breath. As we exhale, we're going to bring our hands to our hips. We're going to step our back foot in a couple inches. Deep inhale. As we exhale, we're going to fold forward. Finding a nice hamstring stretch here. Maybe you keep your hands on your hips and reaching our chin towards our shin, gazing towards your big toe. Maybe that's enough. Maybe you reach your hands for blocks. Maybe you reach for your shin, whatever you'd like. There is no wrong way. There's always options. Slight bend in that knee. If the hamstring's feeling a little junky today, that's okay. Holding here. 2 more breaths. Last breath. From here, we're slowly going to rise up. We're going to bend back into this right leg, and then we're going to step our left foot back. So our left toes are facing towards the left side of our mat. Right toes are facing forward. I'm going to bring my hands to our hips. So it's our warrior 2. Chest is open. Shoulders are right over my hips. From here, I'm going to bend into that right leg, and then I'm going to straighten. So inhale, bend into that right leg, and then straighten. Maybe pull that hip back an inch. Bend, straighten. Last one, bend, and then straighten. From here, I'm going to bend back into that front leg. I'm going to bring my right forearm on to my right thigh. Now from here, this is enough thinking about maybe drawing our belly in, feeling as if we're in between 2 walls to feel a nice hip flexor stretch. Extended side angle variation here. Taking one last breath. From here, I want everyone to try and straighten that front leg, finding your own endpoint. Maybe you go all the way straight, maybe you go a little bit straight. That is okay. Finding your personal end range, thinking about your hips scooping up, that left hip is pulling that right hip in. Wherever we are, taking one more breath. And then as we exhale here, releasing and inhaling all the way up. Taking our wide leg forward fold. So I'm going to bring both toes facing towards the left side of our mat. Deep inhale. As I exhale, we're going to fold forward. Maybe a little bend in the knees here to start. We're going to inhale, find a long spine. And exhale, we're going to fold. Shifting our weight towards our toes. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Last one, inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. From here, bend into your back knee. And this is the stretch here. Maybe you hold here. Maybe you reach your hands towards your front foot. Wherever we are, 2 more breaths. Last breath. From here, staying nice and low, walking our hands towards the top of our mat and taking our lizard pose. So we can drop the back leg, untuck our toes, bring our our front leg nice and wide on the mat. I prefer to roll into the outside of my front foot when I'm doing lizard pose. You can stay up on your hands, move to your forearms. Option is yours. One more breath. From here, we're going to bring our hands back up to the floor. We're going to walk our right foot back, or right foot out to the side. We're going to tuck our back toes, lift our back leg. From here, we're going to step our back foot up to the top of our mat, and we're going to sink down into our yogi squat. Now, goal here is to bring our shoulders up as high as we can. If we need to hold on to something to simulate that, if you're in the box, you can use a rig, you can use a block. If you're at home, you can use a wall, hold on to a chair up top. Again, always options to sit on pillows or folded blankets. Upward chest, total amount of time, 4 breaths. One more breath, deep inhale. As we exhale, we're going to place our hands down and extend our legs. As we inhale, we're going to come up halfway, bring our hands to our shins. As we exhale, fold. From here, we're slowly going to step back to downward facing dog. And again, just taking 2 breaths, gently bending the knees, letting the chest come through. Deep inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. When we're ready, stepping the left foot up to the top of the mat. Back knee is slightly bent, rising up to that crescent lunge. Pushing our left foot down into the ground, bending that back knee and pushing that right hip forward. Gentle squeeze of the glute and pull your belly in. Reaching those fingertips up to the ceiling. 2 more breaths. Last breath. From here, bring our hands to our hips, stepping that back foot in a few inches, preparing for our pyramid pose. So deep inhale. As we exhale, we're going to fold forward through that flat back. Drawing our left hip back, our right hip forward. Options for our hands. They can stay on our hips, move towards our shin, using any blocks. Again, slight bend in that front knee, completely okay. If the knee is bent, try not to bend forward into it. Think a slight bend and then pull that hip back. Two more breaths. Last breath. From here, bending into that front leg, standing all the way up, hands to our hips, and then we're gonna step our right foot back. So now our right foot is facing the left side of our mat, left knee is bent. Hands on our hips, belly in, shoulders over our hips. From here, we're gonna bend into that left knee, and then from here, we're gonna straighten. Bend into that left knee as we inhale, exhale, straighten. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. We'll inhale, bend into that front leg, placing our forearm onto that thigh, taking our half extended side angle here, pushing this left heel down into the ground, also pushing into the outer edge of our back foot. One more breath here. From here, slowly thinking about that right hip, pulling the left hip up, maybe straighten that left leg. Maybe you go a little bit, try it out, a little bit, try it out. Maybe you bring it all the way. Nice deep adductor and hamstring stretch here. 2 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And exhale, we'll bend into that knee and come all the way up for our wide leg forward fold, drawing those toes in. Deep inhale, finding some space. And exhale, we fold forward. 3 times deep inhale, lift up halfway, and exhale. Slight bend in the knees here, shifting the weight towards the toes. Inhale, and exhale. Last one, inhale, and exhale. From here, bending into that back leg and walking, or maybe you stay here. Sorry, I got ahead of myself there. Bending into that back leg, stretching out that left inner thigh. Maybe you just stay here. Maybe you walk your hands towards that left foot. Feel that left adductor, right side body stretch. One last breath. From here, we're slowly going to stay low, walk our hands forward, move that foot to the outer edge of the mat, drop that back leg for our lizard pose, rolling to the outer edge of that left foot. One hip might be a little bit tighter than the other. So maybe you choose to stay up on your hands for this one. Maybe you can go down further in this one than you could on the right. That is okay. Wherever we are, releasing tension, especially on our exhales. Trying to release those hips, reaching them down to the ground. One last breath. From here, wiggling that left foot out to the side, maybe just outside your mat. We're going to tuck our back right toes, lift that leg, step that leg all the way up and drop down one last time for our yogi squat. Maybe this time you bring your hands together and use your elbows to help widen your squat. Lift your the top of your head up to the ceiling, finding length. One more breath. Take an inhale. As we exhale, folding forward, lifting those hips. Heel toeing our feet a little bit closer together. Hip width apart, deep inhale, bring our hands to our shins, looking up halfway. Exhale, fold. This time as we inhale, we're gonna bring our arms all the way up overhead. Hands touch at the top. So we exhale, bringing them all the way down. Thank you so much. Hope you have a great week, and that's it for today.